Can Gen Z survive till their parents arrive? According to the Wall Street Journal, owned by our parent company, Cinnabon, young people are entering the workplace while still clinging to mommy's apron. Job recruiters and hiring managers say more and more helicopter parents are involving themselves in their children's professional lives. It's true, just the other day, Kat's dad told me to tell his daughter to stop stealing his ringworm lotion. But the parents' meddling includes applying for jobs on behalf of their kids and even sitting in on job interviews. I know, I hear that's how Chris Wallace got his start. And sometimes parents even show up at workplaces to mediate conflicts and demand raises for their kids. I sure hope those kids give their parents some of the money for their efforts. And somehow these 20-somethings don't instantly drop dead from embarrassment. Experts, what would we do without them, say these shift in attitudes is due to the pandemic, which caused many young people to move back in with mom and dad. So what is the solution? Well, if you really want your parents involved in your employment decisions, get a job where your parents work. So, Jim, you have kids, or a kid, right?
Yeah.
Are you still allowed to see him?
Charges are still pending. So.
Yes. What would it look like? I mean, would you take your kid to a job interview? I mean, when you're younger and let's say they're like 6 and he's getting his first job, I can see that, but.
No, when I was 16, me and my mom went on the same job interview for this department store. They needed a lot of help, so I was for a stock boy, and she was gonna work the floor, so we went in together. Which was awkward.
Yes.
True story. And I had to work with my mom, and she would tell her, I'd be hiding out in the stock room, sleeping. She's like, I'm going to tell your boss. I'm like, you're not my boss here. I can do what I want. But I remember her going, tell him how much, it was Woco department store.
Yeah.
It was like, how much you like Woco? I go, I hate it. I don't want to be here. I don't want to work here. I'm only here because you're making me get a job. Yeah. And she's like, well, what about when I bring you here? Tell them how much you love it. I go, you buy me school supplies. I hate this place. But I did work when I was in the job, and we both got the job, too.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was awkward.
Yeah, I bet it was awkward.
Me and my mom, I don't...
This is great. I feel like I'm in therapy with you.
I was. Because she would find me sleeping in the stock room. She's like, wake up. You got to go back out there and work. I'm like, shut up. You're not my mom here.
We're out of time. Next week, same...
Yeah.
Yeah. Do those exercises I told you to do.
Thank you.
Kat?
Hey.
Yeah. Does your parents ever get involved in any of your job things? What do you make of this whole trend?
It's unimaginable to me.
Yeah.
No, my parents would never do. I mean, I've never gotten my parents involved. My parents have never wanted to be involved, ever. Like, I would work at restaurants and they maybe come visit me and say, hey, how are you? I'll order this food.
Yeah.
But what is wrong with the kids, too?
Yeah.
That they're just, like, allowing this to happen. Mm-hmm. For me, if I was going to a job interview and my parent was with me, I would just stop walking.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get that job. Don't move your feet anymore.
Yeah.
So other than, like, maybe wishing my dead mom would haunt you, no, never.
Yeah. It is kind of, Dagan, it's kind of like you don't want your parents chaperoning you on a date. And yet that's embarrassing. Remember you always, if you had to go to the mall to get school clothes, you'd walk behind or ahead of your mom so people wouldn't see. Remember that?
What? I'm too old for malls.
The biggest fights between me and my mom ever always happened at Kohl's.
Yeah. Kohl's brings out the worst.
The worst in people.
Yeah. It's because of the dollars, right? The Kohl's cash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the people.
I actually had this happen with an employee. A girl started working on the team, and 2 weeks in said, my mom says I'm not getting enough praise and accolades as another person in the same job who had been there for years. 2 weeks later, she calls in one morning and says, I'm not coming to work because I'm just not getting the attention and accolades that I deserve. And you could hear her mother in the background telling her to quit. So I would like to speak to that girl's mother right now. I hope you enjoy living with your completely useless pain in the ass daughter who you created for from day one, and her 4 kids by 3 different men, and her current boyfriend, who I'm sure has sold your Hummel figures to play the slots at Mohegan Sun. Go check the garage. I bet your car is gone.
Kevin, I was going to ask you how you might react, but...
Well, I'll tell you, when I started to see this happen was in the back end of 2020. People forget the pandemic, but we were totally locked down. So if you're a company that sells consumer goods or services, the only way you could sell it, because Amazon shut down for essential services. They were selling masks and disinfectant, but you couldn't buy anything else for a while. So most companies tried to hire 20-year-olds that understood social media. How to do TikTok, how to do Instagram ads, how to do Twitter. And so we're interviewing these people, and most people don't know that their camera on their laptop is really wide. It's a wide shot. So there's mom passing notes in there in the interview. And, you know, you could see her shadow on the wall. Tell them this, tell them that. I just say, Mom, get out here. Are you going to do the social media? Are we hiring the kid? Because we didn't know how to do it. And we were trying to figure out, we used to hire those guys for like $19,000. Now they're $250,000 if they know what they're doing. If you're really good at social media and everybody's selling direct consumers, that's when it started. But I met a lot of moms in those days because I had nothing to do either. Just interview 20-year-olds. Hey, you want to work for us?
Were they hot?
Well, a lot of people weren't wearing pants during that period.
See?
And I want to be honest with you, either was I.
I think that's what the pandemic really killed, the pants. The whole pants industry. It's down the tubes. All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.